Hello guys, this video I have two goals for myself. First one, I wanna look you in the eyes, so I need to spend more time looking in the camera and not around the room. And second one, I want to try to do it like 10 minutes, not 40 like it was previous one, so I'll start. And this time I want to talk with you about discipline. It's not because I want to make you more disciplined or anything. In fact, I spent 30 years of my life or so thinking I'm a lazy person. I don't work good with discipline, and I really didn't even understand what it means. But I have some huge discoveries and I want to share them. If someone on the world somewhere hear it and you think, or oh, I do it another way, or I understand it another way, or everything, really share your point of view in the comment. I will be happy to discuss it. I will be happy to know your approach with discipline, because it was the topic to research for me for a couple years by now, and I'm really interested in other people's views in it. So it all starts, I think, like many things, in my childhood, because all my relatives and people around me used to call me lazy person. And that's a strange point of view, because till this moment I don't understand why, because I was doing really much work in my childhood. I was working on my grades, because I have the good I was on top of my class. We didn't have the top list, we don't do it in our school, but I have a good grades, really. I have a good result on my exam. I spend a lot of time learning, I spend a lot of time doing my homework, and we have a homework and it's a disaster, because you need to do a bunch of math problem and physics and everything. I spend more time learning than my parents spend time working. On top of that, I went to musical school like 8 years in a row, and it's more than any other person in my school spent in a musical school, because I went there earlier. Like, if they accept kids in 6 or 7 or 8 years, I was learning there from 5, just because my parents thought it would be better. I don't know, maybe it was better. I don't judge anything of it, but I'm curious why a person that wake up early in the morning, go to one school, then change, have a dinner, go to another school, come home, have dinner, and spend a couple hours working on the homework, and don't have any free time. Like, of course I walk around with my friends, I meet with them, we spend some time playing and whatnot, but I spend a lot more time with my friend working on the fucking homework. Doesn't matter, it was physically sitting in one room, how we did it when I was a small kid, or doing everything online like we did in when I was 16 or 17. But I spent a lot of time learning, and I really think learning harder than working. Around of it, I do some chores in home, I help with cooking, I help with cleaning, I help with wherever you create. Why in this picture I'm still a lazy person? I didn't understand, I just accept it as the quality, character quality, like you're charismatic, you're boring, you're something else, and you're lazy, like this way. And when I started work myself, when I was older, I really started to struggle with discipline, because discipline in my mind is opposite of laziness. There is lazy people, they don't want to do what they need to do, what they must do, and what everyone else normal people do. Normal people is not a judgment or some bunch of them. It's the creation in my head that feels like somewhere else in the world there are adult people that fixed their life and know how to do most of it or everything in an acceptable way. Yes, that's what it is. And I thought normal people do everything through the discipline, and lazy like me do it through the creativeness, because they don't have the time and don't want to spend that much of time and don't want to spend that much effort to do things through the discipline. And instead they need to create something like lazy people just do the regular formula in Excel spreadsheet, and lazy fuck like me create a new formula that count everything for them. Okay? When I started to work, this hypothesis just started to be more realistic. I really work another way than some of my colleagues. When I started to work in freelance and didn't have any co-workers, but I have clients, I have some of my partners, like designers, we work in team with, and I started to feel like I really lack the discipline. Some of my clients with which I have more personal relationship, I have met them in real life, we talk, we discuss some topics, considering the work and out of it, and they really share their point of view that I am not a disciplined person. And I started to think about it again. What is the discipline and why I don't have it? I spent about 2 years in and out of this thinking, and what I discover is discipline in my old point of view is something you force yourself to do when you don't want to do it at all. Like when you need to clean your house but you don't want to do it. When you're a child, you do it either way. You force yourself because your mom will yell at you if you don't clean your room. When you're older, you can choose. You clean your room yourself or you pay for a cleaning. It's okay, you just choosing whatever option you want. Of course, if you don't have enough budget, you choose again wherever you want. You want to work more and afford the cleaning, or you work less but you clean yourself. And what I discover, for the adult person that's responsible for their life, discipline is not about forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. Discipline is about doing in this specific moment something you don't want to do in this specific moment, but you want to do in general. For example, if I have a project I want to do, I understand the perks and I want this money and I want this case in my portfolio, and I really want to do it in general, but I don't want to do it right now. If I postpone it for whatever reason and miss the deadline and have the problem with my client after that, that would be not the doing of disciplined person. In turn, if I plan to do it in another time period, but still be in the how to say it, like I still be in the deadline, I can do the project in time to pass it to client in time, then it doesn't matter which part of a day I do it. For example, if I don't want to do it in the morning, discipline is about forcing yourself to do it in the morning either way. And that's okay for someone, but not something that worked for me. And I think it's like sub-discipline. I don't know how to name it. I need to create some new word for it, because there is a way to choose another option. If I really don't want to do it in the morning, but I want to do it till the set timing, what I can do is plan to do it another period. I can do it after dinner, I can do it at night, I can do it in the middle of a day, wherever works for me. If I don't want to do it in the morning because I didn't have my coffee, and I want to spend half an hour or hour and a half just sitting with a coffee and watching some YouTube video, I can do it and do the work after. And the discipline is something that when you pour your coffee, take it in one hand, and with another hand you do your project. You spend 3 hours instead of 1 hour on the project, but you're a disciplined person. You start in the set timing, you end at the set timing, you're perfect. Okay, that's not work for me. And this is where I decide I want to plan it with usefulness, productivity, and at the same time in the way I can enjoy the work. I really like my work. I like to work with words. I like to work with information. I like to work with client when I need to discuss something or make an interview for them to explain to me some difficult topics of their expertise. That's really interesting work, and I don't want to spend this time forcing myself to spend it in the way that someone else decided. So if it's some sort of discipline, okay. If this is some sort of time management, it's okay too, wherever works. I would be happy to spend the working time enjoying my work. And if it need to have some going with the laziness, then I prefer to be a lazy person instead of a disciplined person. But in the end of the day, I'll still do my work, and my clients still happy, and they have the good result, and they can use the content, and everyone is happy. Why that is bad? I don't think so. My discipline will be different from the normal people discipline in my head. And if you have some thoughts about it, if you didn't feel confused through this video, tell me something in a comment. I will be happy to see your thoughts. See you next time.